We are counting down the top 10 tank fleets shaping Europe's defenses today. From countries modernizing modest arsenals to states massing armor far beyond their economic weight, each ranking reveals the strategies, history, and surprising industrial shifts behind these numbers. Discover which nation's fleet outpaces three major powers combined and what drives them to maintain such force. Let us begin with number 10. Italy fields a fleet of 200 C-1 Ariete main battle tanks, forming the backbone of its armored forces. In July 2025, the Italian Ministry of Defense signed an €848.8 million contract for the first 90 C-2 Ariete upgrades, aiming to extend the service life and capabilities of its indigenous platform. Alongside this modernization, Italy plans to acquire 125 Leopard 2A8 tanks, signaling a gradual shift toward NATO standard equipment. While the Ariete remains a symbol of national engineering, the move to supplement it with Leopard 2A8s reflects changing priorities and the need for commonality with European allies. Italy's current fleet marks the smallest active total in this ranking, setting a modest baseline for the countdown. France fields 215 Leclerc main battle tanks, relying on a philosophy of advanced technology over sheer numbers. The Leclerc autoloader system allows a three-person crew to operate with high efficiency, reducing manpower while maintaining rapid firepower. In January 2025, the French Ministry of Armed Forces signed a contract to modernize 100 Leclercs to the XLR standard, extending their service life with upgraded protection, digital systems, and improved networking for joint operations. Instead of expanding its fleet, France invests in keeping a compact force at the cutting edge. This approach reflects a broader Western European pattern, prioritizing modernization and quality, even as overall tank numbers remain modest. Britain fields 227 Challenger 2 main battle tanks, forming the core of its armored forces. Rather than expanding numbers, the British Army is investing in a deep modernization program, the Challenger 3 upgrade. This initiative aims to transform the existing fleet with a new turret, advanced sensors, and improved protection, targeting enhanced performance against evolving threats. The Challenger 3 is designed to remain relevant on the modern battlefield well into the next decade. By focusing on technological upgrades over fleet size, the UK continues a pattern seen across Western Europe, a compact, highly capable force that prioritizes modernization over mass. Germany stands at number 7, fielding 296 Leopard 2 main battle tanks, far fewer than its Cold War arsenal of over 2,000. After decades of steady reductions, November 19, 2025 brought a symbolic turning point when Germany unveiled the Leopard 2A8, the first new German tank built since 1992. The government committed €2.9 billion for 123 of these advanced units, aiming to reach a total of 430 tanks by 2030. This restart follows years when German industry produced no new tanks, reflecting a long period of reduced defense spending and shifting priorities. Today, Germany's armored force is compact and modernizing, but its numbers lag behind regional peers. The Leopard 2A8 project highlights both renewed commitment and the challenges of rebuilding industrial capacity for armored warfare in a changed Europe. Romania fields 328 main battle tanks, making it a key armored power on NATO's Black Sea flank. The fleet is a mix of American M1A1 Abrams and locally upgraded TR-85 M1s, reflecting years of gradual modernization. In 2024, Romanian defense officials tested the Korean K2 Black Panther, evaluating it as a potential addition to the force. The government is now considering a procurement of up to 300 K2s, a move that would dramatically accelerate the country's rearmament timeline. This push for new hardware is driven by Romania's position on NATO's eastern frontier, where the threat environment has changed rapidly since 2022. Unlike some Western European states, Romania is prioritizing fleet expansion and technological upgrades. The interest in non-European suppliers signals a new approach, as speed and reliability become more important than tradition or industrial loyalty. Ukraine's armored force has swelled past 2,000 tanks, a figure shaped by the demands of war rather than peacetime planning. The inventory is a patchwork. T-64BVs and T-72s from Soviet-era stocks, Western-supplied Leopards and Challengers, and hundreds of captured Russian vehicles are pressed back into service. No other country in this ranking has seen its fleet change so quickly or so unpredictably. Deliveries from allies arrive in batches, while battlefield recoveries add tanks that often require urgent repairs. Some units operate with a mix of Ukrainian, Russian, and NATO standard equipment side by side. This rapid expansion brings raw numbers, but also uneven readiness and constant logistical hurdles. Ukraine's tank count now rivals Cold War totals, yet every vehicle reflects the volatility of active conflict. It is a dynamic arsenal that is as much a testament to adaptability as it is to sheer scale. Russia holds more tanks than any nation in Europe, over 12,000 by recent counts. The inventory spans modern T-72B3s, T-80 BVMs, and T-90Ms, but also thousands of older vehicles in storage or reserve. On paper, this figure dwarfs every Western fleet combined. Yet Ukrainian battlefield reports have exposed a different reality. Many Russian tanks arrive at the front with degraded armor, outdated electronics, or missing reactive panels. Some units have resorted to cannibalizing parts from museum pieces or long-neglected depots. The sheer volume of tanks has not translated into consistent battlefield performance. Mechanical failures and maintenance backlogs have limited the number of combat-ready vehicles, raising questions about how much of Russia's vast arsenal could actually be fielded in a crisis. This mismatch between quantity and quality has forced neighboring countries to rethink their own procurement strategies. Poland's tank force is rewriting the rules of European rearmament. On November 13, 2025, the final batch of 180 K2 Black Panther tanks rolled off the Hyundai Rodam assembly line, capping a $6.5 billion contract and bringing Poland's total to 360 K2 tanks delivered in less than 2 years. By 2026, Poland's inventory will reach 1,370 main battle tanks, more than Germany, France, the UK, and Italy combined. This surge is built on speed. Hyundai factories in South Korea produce 10 tanks a month, outpacing European manufacturers who manage just 3 or 4. For Warsaw, urgency outweighed tradition. After donating over 250 T-72s to Ukraine, Poland needed replacements fast. The K2 tanks arrived at a pace Europe could not match. The fleet also includes 116 M1A1 Abrams and 250 M1A, 2 Abrams, plus 142 Leopard 2 tanks, layering American and German hardware atop the new Korean core. Poland's approach is not just about numbers, it is about restoring deterrence on NATO's eastern flank before threats can outpace preparations. Turkey fields 2,231 main battle tanks, the largest fleet in NATO outside the United States. The inventory is anchored by Leopard 2A4s and upgraded M60T Sabra tanks, with the first batches of the indigenous Altay tank now entering service. But this impressive total is stretched thin by geography. Turkish armor is split across 4 active fronts: the Aegean coast facing Greece, the garrison in northern Cyprus, ongoing deployments along the Syrian border, and a strong presence in the Black Sea region. Each theater demands dedicated units, which limits how many tanks can be concentrated in any single crisis. The Leopard 2A4s, acquired from Germany, are often stationed near the Greek border, while M60T Sabras and older M48s are distributed between Cyprus and the southeast. The Altay program aims to modernize the force, but production remains slow, with only a handful delivered by late 2025. Turkey's numbers are formidable on paper, yet the need to defend multiple borders dilutes their impact. This constant dispersion contrasts with countries able to concentrate their armored power, and it shapes the regional balance in unexpected ways. Greece stands alone in Europe with 1,344 tanks, more than Germany, France, and the UK combined. The backbone of this force is the Leopard series. 170 Leopard 2A6 HEL, the country's most advanced tanks, sit alongside 183 Leopard 2A4 and 500 Leopard 1A5 GR. These numbers are not a Cold War relic. They are the result of 5 decades, shaped by geography and threat perception. In July 1974, Turkish troops landed in Cyprus, redrawing the strategic map of the Aegean. The crises of 1987 and 1996 brought both countries to the brink over contested islands, exposing the limits of NATO Article 5 when 2 members face off. Greece responded by building a deterrent that could stand alone if needed. This doctrine is anchored in the reality of the Aegean, a 1,340-kilometer chain of islands, each a potential flashpoint. Tanks are not just stationed on the mainland, many are pre-positioned to reinforce island garrisons at a moment's notice. While Turkey's 2,231 tanks are stretched across 4 regions, Greece can concentrate its entire armored force along this narrow front, creating real local parity. The financial cost is steep. A defense plan worth 25 billion euros runs through 2037, outpacing the country's economic weight. On a per capita basis, Greece fields 125 tanks for every million people, the highest density in Europe. This strategy is not about prestige, it is an answer to enduring vulnerability, shaped by history, geography, and the hard lessons of alliance ambiguity. Across all 10 fleets, one pattern stands out. Tank numbers follow geography and threat, not wealth. In Europe, security hinges less on budgets and more on borders and history. For frontline states like Greece, armor is insurance. Deterrence is shaped by neighbors, not just by GDP.